Lovely colour check. Action.
You're walking out onto the pitch. What's your inner monologue saying? What's your honest inner monologue saying?
Wow, a lot of fans here. No, my head's in the game, thinking about what I'm gonna do when the game starts. I look around, if my family is there or someone I know, I try to look if I can see them.
I hope I don't get a mascot taller than me. Every single time.
Do they do it on purpose, do you think?
Yeah, 100%.
Who picks the mascot, Ed?
I don't know, but I'll be having a word.
To be honest, I just try not to think too much. I just feel like if you start thinking too much, then you're just going to overthink everything. Just full focus.
I'm probably thinking, where are my family sat? That's probably my first thought. They tell you before the game roughly what area they're in, but it's really hard to pick them out in the crowd. They need to wear bright colours or something, because when everyone's got black or blue coats on, you just can't see them.
There's usually a time or a game in a player's career where they're quite young and they come into a big match and they just get dominated by a pro who's been in it for ages. I want to know who that person was for you, or the game that it happened for you where you were like, okay, I've got some learning to do still.
Such a good question. I think many years ago, Amandine Henry gave me the runaround. She was like, honestly, a Duracell battery. She never stopped running, honestly. Give me a break. I'm just a young kid, you know what I mean? She was a top player, you know, especially in her prime, when she was a wee bit younger. Really had the legs and she was so technical. I mean, the goal she scored in the Champions League final last year was immense.
Whew. On my national team debut, it was Ramona Bachmann. It was against Switzerland. We were just defending and I was just thinking, you just can't catch her. And I was 18 and I was just thinking, nobody can just come close.
Could mention England in the Euros, for example. That's tough because 8-0 in the Euros where your expectations were much higher than that.
There's been many. I can remember a few for Wales, and I used to have to play left back, so I was kind of out of position. My centre back at the time was Jane Ludlow, who ended up being the manager, and she was just screaming at me the whole game, saying, "You need to get tighter, you need to do this, you need to do that." And I just thought, I'm not sure if I can play football anymore. I don't think I'm good enough. I'm getting screamed at by my own teammates. But I was against a fast winger at the time. I can't remember who it was. It was a French girl. Can't really remember her name, but yeah.
Which opposition player talks to you most on the pitch?
I don't listen, I don't hear things. When I was younger, I was paying attention, more on it. There are just certain people who talk more or who talk less, but I really don't hear because I'm just so much focused and in a game mood that I just don't see things happen. Something can just happen and I'm I didn't even see it.
Well, I always hear Katie Zellums talk the whole game. She just can't help it. She's the same off the pitch as she is on. But I think when you're in her team, you don't notice it as much. She's either talking to the ref, she's talking to the opposition, her own teammates, sometimes the fans. She's just constant, and I don't know how she controls everything and focuses on the game. But it is funny, some of the comments she comes out with.
Oh, there's a few, by the way. There's a lot of people who talk on the pitch and just want a chat with you. I think Van de Donk's very much like that for Leon when she was at Arsenal as well. Very chatty person, just comments on the game all the time. She's like a commentator in my ear. I'm yeah, I can see it, love. You don't need to repeat it. I'm aware of it. She's good fun. I love having a fun, light-hearted conversation. I'm a bit of a light-hearted person myself.
Who's the funniest player on the pitch?
I'm gonna go Erin, because I don't think you notice until you're a sub in our team when you're sat on the bench, and when Erin's playing, she does something on the pitch and then she looks over to the bench. So she'll be running, say, that way, and the bench is to the right, and then she looks over as if to say, did you see that? Clap me. She just does it all the time. Not sure who she's looking at.
I think Sam's quite funny, to be honest. Quite dry jokes, quite dark humour sometimes. Yeah, I would say probably Sam in our team.
Must be Sam. She says something every game, makes me laugh. Just weird comments, but she also brings good energy, and if there's times when we struggle, we always look at each other to calm down, we got this.
Funniest player on the pitch? Whoa. I would say Guro, maybe? I don't know how to explain that, but I just feel she always is with the face, has some faces. If somebody tackles her, that somebody would react or something, and she's just making a face. So I would say, yeah, it's you would expect maybe a different reaction. I think Guro, yeah.
Have you ever had a challenge on you on the pitch that's made you see red?
I can remember one in training. I was tackled. There was someone else defending me. She saw red. That was P.
What was so bad about the tackle?
Well, the tackle was Millie. So you can imagine me flying. P was already on her way.
I think I was playing for Rangers and an opposition player pulled my hair.
Ooh.
That's like the lowest of low. Like, you can't be pulling people's hair. I think I was running away and she grabbed my hair and pulled it back. That's when you flip, right? That's just, there's tackles and then there's pulling hair. That's just too far.
I actually got the red card. It wasn't actually like a bad challenge. Yeah, I don't know. The girl was just like, she tackled me and then she stayed like, because I was on my back laying, and she was just like laying over my knees, literally. And I was like, will you just stand up? I just kind of push her with my feet. Yeah, I got the red, of course.
I can't think in an actual game. In a friendly we were playing against a boys team, which obviously they're fast and physical, and one of them kicked one of our youngsters. She's a youngster, she's only 16, he was 18 or whatever. And he did it 2 or 3 times. It wasn't just once. If once, I'll let it go. 2 times, might give you the stare. 3rd time, I'm coming over to you.